The
Like,
mechanics were terrible. I
yeah.
can't believe this was
And
built
then,
on Unreal. It does not feel like it was built on Unreal.
but like, aside from the mechanics and the having to restart at previous checkpoints,
Yeah,
great,
twice.
great game though.
Great game. The question is, where does it sit on Busby's? Go ahead and hit enter. It'll skip the
Okay.
rest of the. Where does it sit on Busby's horror list? I think now we need to determine
Where it ranks.
where this sits. Yeah, where does it rank? On my Busby's horror gaming. Alright, so currently at my number 1, Outlast Trials. It's not scarier than Madison, but with everything considered, it is better than Madison. Number 3 is Doki Doki Literature Club. Number 4 is Outlast 1. Martha's Dead was more shock horror, and Cry of Fear is at the bottom. Definitely beats Cry of Fear.
Oh yeah.
Way beats Martha's Dead. Easily beats Outlast, the first one, although that's close, because Outlast 1 is really good. There's just a lot more running mechanic. Doki Doki Literature Club, I think it beats that one. Does it beat Madison? I think it's way more scarier than Madison. And I like the plot and the storyline way better than Madison.
You think this is scarier than Madison?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I wouldn't say scarier than Madison. Just the story is better than Madison.
Yes, the story's better, but the horror.
I wouldn't say it's scarier than Madison.
But this is your ranking. Continue.
No. You're right. You're right. I wouldn't say it's scarier than Madison, but I like the storyline way better than Madison, and it's got replayability. I can never play Madison again, not until it comes out in VR. But I can never touch Madison again because it's the same story. There's no replayability. This one I can play over and over and over and over again. So I'd say for that reason, oh man, I don't know, because Madison was so good. Madison was actually flawless. There is not a single complaint I have with that game. Not a single complaint. Even the puzzles were like relatively quick for me to get through. Just a quick Google, and I hate puzzles. Outlast Trials is scarier than Madison. Easily. Well, not easily. It's close, but Outlast Trials is scarier than Madison. Would you agree with that one?
Outlast Trials being scarier than Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Outlast Trials is way more horrifying than Madison. So Outlast Trials is still in my number 1 spot, and its mechanics are flawless. Outlast Trials, mechanic-wise, has no issue. Storyline is brilliant. I like freaking The Devil in Me. I like its story way better though.
Yeah.
But its mechanics do not play as well as Outlast Trial. It's not as scary as Outlast Trial. Madison only beats it on mechanics because 9 times out of 10 you're just walking straight, even though that is like really hard to do because it's horrifying. I'm gonna say, this is where I'm ranking it. I'm gonna say Madison beats it, but it's narrowly.
The number 3, The Devil in Me.
And it gets this ranking too because I am a huge H.H. Holmes, I want to say fan, but that's not it. But like I know everything about H.H. Holmes. Everything. Because I loved reading. I didn't love reading about it. He was like one of the serial killers I was just obsessed with. And so them making a game based off him is fucking incredible. Like, Madison just wins because it's smoother and it's more terrifying. The Devil in Me just had too many issues. If The Devil in Me played out perfect and its mechanics and gameplay were better, I would put it above Madison. But it took away from the experience a lot. And Madison definitely, dude, I can still like, just thinking about it, I still remember some of the jump scares from Madison, dude. Oh dude, my god.
Yep, I remember.
Game was horrifying.
Oh yeah, I would say
it took me almost a month to play.
For scares alone, for hunts alone, this is my looking at your games that you played.
Yeah.
For games that left like a fear of God in me, Madison would actually be at the top. If you're only counting fear factor, because that's a game where even me watching you, I was horrified. Like I was like, this is horrifying. Most of the time,
God, yeah,
most of the
dude.
time, someone will play a game and I'll watch them stream it, and then I'll still go and play it myself. I will not touch Madison with.
Like,
Hold on, let me finish. I will not touch Madison with a 10-foot pole. So I keep that shit away from you, okay?
Yeah.
Next, looking at again, fear alone. The fear factor alone, Outlast Trials would be number 2.
100%. Oh yeah.
And then my third one would be, honestly,
Outlast, probably, I'd say.
Outlast, yes.
It's got a lot of jump scares. It's got a lot of meat on its bones.
Yeah. And then the other one is Martha is Dead.
Really? Okay, so I didn't find Martha is Dead scary.
It wasn't scary.
Like, horrifying.
It wasn't
as
scary.
Much as it just fucked with me.
But it definitely left a haunt in me where I was not mentally okay. And I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that.
Like when I think of games that haunt me, Martha is Dead is up there.
Yeah.
Because like that is
on an overall, considering every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Your top 3.
My
is
top.
That how it would look? You
No.
think?
Top 3. My top 3 aren't even on your list, buddy.
Well, from my list.
Yes, from your list.
That's about how you'd put it.
I think you have I think
Outlast Trials only beats Madison because it's got more terrifying moments. Like, dude, you hear that siren go off. Like, dude, there are sounds that give me Outlast Trial PTSD, dude.
Yeah, so
like when we went to the river, that freaking like like the freaking fake tasers they had, dude.
Yeah, gave you PTSD.
Like, I almost pissed myself, dude. Like, I felt like my heart was in my throat.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing in the real world that Madison could hit me with that I'd be like, oh shit, you know. Madison was just kind of like a one-time spook, and there's no other way for me to experience it again where I'd be just as horrifying. Like, if I were to play it now, I could just walk through it, no issue. I'd be done within like 2 hours. But I can never do that with Outlast Trials. I could go back and play the very first Outlast Trials level again. I'd still be terrified the whole time.
I think if you try to go back and play Madison, you'd still be scared. I watched you.
Jump scares would get me.
I watched you play that.
I don't think I would be.
I watched you play that game, and I still won't go back and play it myself.
Because as I'm playing Madison, it'll come back to me like, oh, I remember what's gonna come here and come here, come here. The jump scares might still get me, but I don't know. I don't think I think I could do it in one sitting. I think I can sit down and play the whole game in one go.
No, but
I don't think I need to break it up, you know.
Yeah, but you asking me about like all 3, like everything factored into the game, I would say I agree with your list that you have right now.
Okay.
The way that you're structured everything, I would agree with that.
Because I want to consider everything, because there's more to experiencing a horror game than just if it's scary.
And
right?
everyone in my chat, for those of you who want to know what we're talking about, if you want to also pull up the boy Busby's stream, he has his basically every horror game he plays. He has like it's like a Google Doc.
I just listed out
and just lists
from order
from his horror game ranking.
Yeah,
I played way too many horror games in my life to even make a ranking. Because like my ranking would already be probably about 30 horror games. So
dude, that's I hope to get it that high. I mean, I'm currently playing Alien Isolation, which I will be finishing. Let's see, what is today? Today is Thursday. So, real quick announcement to my chat then. Spooky Scary Saturday is back. Wicked Wednesday is no longer a thing. We moved it back. It is Saturdays. Spooky Scary Saturday, and we're going to be finishing Alien Isolation. I want to sit down and get it in one go. So, Alien Isolation. Currently, I'd say it sits right above Outlast.
Alien Isolation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's horrifying, but it's not captivating. Like, it's kind of tricky for me to play because I get bored of it real fast. Like, I'll kind of start to just sit there, maybe, like, I'll get close to dozing off, be a little bored, and then the alien will come in, and I'll be like, oh shit, and it'll be horrifying, but it only lasts for, like, a minute, and then it's just back to, like, regular stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So,
if I were
I'd probably put it, like, right above out.
Out of all the horror games I played, if I were to just pick top 3
Yeah.
for story, gameplay, and horror,
Yep.
my top 3 would be
See, it's hard. It's hard.
number 3,
Hit me with it.
pause for effect.
Yeah, seriously.
Probably Outlast 2. So you haven't played Outlast 2, so you played Outlast
the
1?
Next one after Alien Isolation. That's next.
Outlast 2?
Yep.
Oh, you're in for that one. So Outlast 2, you can everyone in my chat, you can watch my playthrough of Outlast 2. It's probably like it was my first playthrough on my YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel. I played it on the PlayStation 4. I played it in 2020 when I first started like actually streaming. So it was my first like real horror game that I sat down and played through. And I think if I went back and played it now, it might not be so bad for me because I played more horror games. But I'm putting myself in the spot when I first played it, and I was horrified.
You weren't having it.
I was not having it. I was horrified. So Outlast 2
That's fair.
takes spot number 3. Number 2, again, due to gameplay, scares, everything. Number 2, I would give to Mortuary Assistant. Because...
Really?
Yep.
That good, huh?
That good. Absolutely.
Okay.
That is a game that I have played through probably 3 or 4 times. And I've gone back each update they have. I haven't played since the recent update. But each update, they have changed so much. So it is basically a new game every time you play. New scares, new everything. And
so far... Sorry, go ahead.
And that game is also a game that has had me trembling. And, like, I actually had a panic attack playing Mortuary Assistant.
Damn.
There was a part...
It's no joke.
There's a part where a scare happened, and I actually stopped. I had my hands were clenched together, held up to my chest. I could not put my hands down, and I was looking around my room. I was looking at my, like, back in my corner, there's my bathroom, and I was looking at my bathroom, half expecting something to come out of my bathroom. Dude. I had the fear of God in me.
It fucked you up.
It fucked me up. So that was Mortuary Assistant. That has number 2. And the number 1 scariest game that I have ever played.
Hit me with it.
Resident Evil 7.
No kidding. Okay,
Yep.
wow. So yeah, I need to play some Resident Evil.
These are games I have played, of course. Resident Evil 7, I played it. I will say, again, it's probably one of those games that I could go back and play, and I wouldn't be as scared as the first time I played it. First time I played it in VR. It was definitely a game that put the fear of God in me. I put it at number 1 because I fell in love with the story, and that's why I vouch so hard for Resident Evil, because the story was so good. I was attached to the characters, and then Resident Evil 8, I have as just an honorary mention because again, it continues that story, and I love it. I love it so much.
So I'm gonna have to give those a play. However, right now, do you saw my stream pulled up?
On my phone, yes.
Okay, right now I'm looking at the most recent The Dark Picture Anthology was 2019. So very recent. It was the very first one they did. I think we need to watch the trailer for it.
Yeah.
And decide if it's something we want to play, because I think it could be.
Do you have a lineup of your upcoming horror games you're playing?
Yes, I do actually. I do.
Oh, so he really is the narrator for all of them.
Oh, Jesus.
He really is the narrator for all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so all of them you can play with friends like we just did. So I think this needs to be a series for the Stooges.
Yeah.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
The gaming stooges.
I think it needs to. I don't want to reveal too much right now while we're on stream, but
Yeah.
I think it needs to be.
You should give The Quarry a play.
The Quarry?
Yep.
Yeah, I could play
So
that.
The Quarry's made by the same company who makes the Supermassive games.
Yeah.
So it's the same style. It's not part of the Dark Anthology.
But it's made by the same people.
Yep. So it's the same concept, everything, but I guess it's not technically the same universe as this game. The Dark Anthology pictures are the.
It's like its own series.
Yeah, it's like its own universe.
Dude, this one is gonna be interesting, I think.
Alrighty.
I am gonna call it. So I will talk to you later.
Alright, sounds good.
Deuces.
Alright, see ya. Alrighty. And that is going to be it. That is it for the night. It's time to wrap it up.